Intelligence is not just logic or memory. It is inner wisdom, the ability to feel the essence, read between the lines, and make decisions when others are at a loss. And there are signs of the zodiac that are given this from birth. Their mind is a precise instrument, their thinking is clear, flexible, and deep. They are not just smart, they penetrate the essence of things. Today you will see the rating of the smartest signs of the zodiac. Those who are able to calculate moves ahead, see the truth where others see only illusions, and control reality with the help of reason. Stay until the end to find out which sign takes first place, and whether this coincides with your observations. If you want to understand people and understand who is next to you, subscribe to the channel. Here you will find not just horoscopes, but real keys to human nature. Write in the comments where you expect to see your sign and how much you agree with this rating. Ready to uncover the secret of the mind according to the zodiac sign? Then let's begin. The first sign is Libra. The representative of this sign has a unique way of thinking, combining strategic planning with analytical precision. Libras are not just smart. Their intelligence is based on the innate ability to see the essence of things, analyze situations into their components, and find optimal paths even in the most ambiguous conditions. Their logic is cold, calculating, but elegant. Libras do not argue, they analyze. Their strength is in the ability to conduct a dialogue and disarm the opponent not by shouting, but with arguments that cannot be refuted. This sign is one of the few who can work with huge amounts of information without losing logic and meaning. They easily adapt to new information, quickly highlighting the main thing and discarding the secondary. Libras think like diplomats, but solve problems like mathematicians. Their brain builds schemes, anticipates the moves of the interlocutor, and calculates the consequences of each decision. This is why Libras often reach the top in jurisprudence, politics, economics, and analytics. Libras have another important mental advantage, the ability to see things from different points of view. They do not get stuck on a single version. Their intellect is flexible, their perception is open. This allows them to be excellent moderators, researchers, arbitrators. Their internal logic makes their opinions weighty, and their judgments verified. They do not think in patterns, do not act according to instructions. Libra are looking for a new, more accurate approach every time. Their ability for intellectual diplomacy is especially admirable. Libras are able to conduct the most difficult negotiations, build intellectual bridges between opposing parties. They quickly read the intentions of the interlocutor, know how to listen and create a sense of mutual understanding, even in the most tense conditions. This makes them indispensable in situations where it is necessary not only to solve the problem, but also to maintain the relationship. Libras do not succumb to manipulation. Their mind is critical and independent. They easily distinguish truth from lies, identify subtexts, read weak points in other people's arguments. Their intuition is strengthened by experience, and over time, they become almost prophets in their intellectual analysis. They do not believe in words. They evaluate logic, observe actions, and draw conclusions that are rarely wrong. This sign is the embodiment of balance between knowledge and wisdom. Libra does not just collect facts. They know how to systematize them, draw conclusions, and make decisions that change the course of events. Their intellect is a weapon, but it is used not for destruction, but for harmonization and progress. Libra is smart not in words, but in actions. Their success always begins with a thought, and each of their decisions is the result of an intellectual triumph. The second sign is Leo. The representative of this sign has a mind that does not show itself right away. He acts strategically on a grand scale and is always aimed at winning. Leo thinks big. His intellect is not divided into small details. He sees the big picture and knows how to build complex schemes, like a great architect plans a city of the future. This is a natural leader, whose thinking is focused on management, development, and capturing prospects. Leo does not drown in details. He gives them space, but he himself works at the level of ideas, strategies, concepts. His mind is subordinated to the goal. He knows how to lead, how to build a system, how to convey an idea so that it becomes a conviction. Leo's mind is not just logical, it is charismatic. This sign knows how to convince, inspire, make you think and accept his point of view, not through pressure, but through the power of argument and self-confidence. Leo is excellent at navigating social dynamics. He reads the mood of the audience, knows what to say, when to say it, and to whom to say it. His mind is socially active. This is one of the most charismatic intellectuals. Leo is able to analyze other people's behavior, motives, and weaknesses, but he uses this not for manipulation, but for building systems that work. He thinks like a strategist, but acts like a leader. The peculiarity of Leo's thinking is the ability to instantly assess risks and make decisions. He does not think forever, he acts. But behind his instant decisions, there is always a well-thought-out intellectual foundation. He knows how to take responsibility, because he knows exactly what his choice will lead to. Leo is not afraid of difficulties. He calculates them, like an experienced player, thinking several moves ahead. Leos have a phenomenal memory for the essence. They do not remember everything, but the main thing is that they will never miss it. Their intelligence is not in the volume of information, but in the ability to grasp the essence, turn it into an effective strategy, and implement it in practice. They act quickly, clearly, and confidently. And the greater the challenge, the brighter their intelligence is revealed. Leo is the sign of mental power. His intellect is the lever with which he changes reality. He doesn't just think, he acts. He doesn't just analyze, he wins. And if Libra creates balance, Leo creates movement. His mind is the fuel for ambition, and his ambitions are always backed by precise calculation. He never builds into emptiness, he builds, knowing that every thought of his today already shapes tomorrow's result. The third sign is Virgo. The intellect of Virgo is precise, systematic, and rational. This is not a flash of inspiration, not a game of logic. This is a verified, deep, analytical approach to everything she undertakes. Her mind is built on details. She sees inconsistencies where others pass by. Any mistake, any distortion, even the smallest, falls under her careful observation. She does not just notice, she instantly builds a chain of causes and consequences. This is a mind that does not need a loud, demonstrative shine. It is enough for her inner confidence in her own rightness, confirmed by facts. Virgo thinks like a precision instrument. She does not allow distortions. Her judgments are based not on assumptions, but on evidence. She can listen to an opinion, but will always conduct her own analysis. And if the conclusions do not coincide, she will not succumb to influence. She understands too well how thinking works, and therefore does not allow emotions to control her. This is where her intellectual strength lies, the ability to abstract, maintain logic, build a scheme even in chaos. Virgo's strategy is to collect information, filter, check, structure. She is in no hurry. But when she speaks, the essence sounds. And almost always it turns out that her logic is impeccable. This is what makes her dangerous in an argument. She has no gaps in her argumentation. She is always prepared. Her memory clings to the important. Her thinking is not distracted by the secondary. She does not scatter. She concentrates. Her intellect is a tool that she masterfully manages. She may not be a bright public figure, but in a narrow circle of professionals, her opinion is perceived as authoritative. She is loved to be involved in complex projects when it is necessary to see not only the whole picture, but also all the hidden dependencies within the system. She is not intuitive. She is an analyst, an architect of meaning. This is why Virgo's mind is one of the most accurate and reliable among all the signs. The fourth sign is Capricorn. The Capricorn mind is built on structure, responsibility, and strategic thinking. It does not shine with theatricality, does not demand recognition, does not need admiration. This is an intellect created to achieve results. Capricorn thinks in scale, but acts step by step. His thinking does not allow empty theories. Every knowledge must be applicable. If it does not work, it does not make sense. For him, intelligence is not an ornament, but a tool for survival, influence, and power. His strength is in the ability to make plans that withstand the pressure of time. He thinks years ahead, immediately calculating where the weak points are, where failures are possible, and how this can be neutralized. He does not believe in improvisation. He builds a scheme. His memory holds a huge array of information, especially that which concerns facts, figures, agreements, and obligations. He knows how to think in a disciplined manner. This is why Capricorn always keeps his mind clear. He does not allow himself the luxury of distraction. The peculiarity of his intellect is the ability not to waste energy. Capricorn will never argue for the sake of arguing. He waits, collects information, and then makes a move that breaks the opponent logically, without emotion. He knows the value of words and uses them sparingly. His speech is precise, weighty, concise. There is no room for excess. This is what he is respected for. He speaks when necessary and says what cannot be refuted. Capricorn does not demonstrate his intellect. He proves it with results. This is a sign that knows how to turn knowledge into practice, an idea into a structure, a thought into a plan. And this is what makes his thinking unique. It does not hover in theory. It works. His mind is the foundation. He is not afraid of complex problems, because he knows that if you break everything down into parts and build logic, everything can be solved. The fifth sign of Pisces. Pisces' intelligence is a flow of thinking, combined with the perception of deep connections. They do not analyze in the classical sense, but feel where the essence is. Their mind is not linear. It is voluminous, flexible, enveloping. Pisces see several layers of meaning at the same time. Their thinking does not work according to schemes, but according to images, associations, impulses. But this is precisely their genius. They are able to voice the essence of a phenomenon that no one has yet realized. Their intellectual strength is in the ability to predict the direction of thought. Pisces are often ahead of their time. At first, their ideas seem strange, incomprehensible, disconnected. But after a while, it is their words that become relevant. They think outside the box, because they do not feel limitations. They do not need to follow logic if they already know the answer. This knowledge comes suddenly but hits the mark. Pisces are able to recognize hidden motives, subtle emotional signals, psychological tensions. Their mind is a detector of meanings that others do not even notice. They do not fight for intellectual leadership, but often become the main ones in matters that require an unconventional vision, artistic flair, philosophical depth. They are masters of conceptual thinking, creative analytics, and strategic imagination. Pisces' intelligence is not about structure, but about penetration. They get to the heart of the matter, bypassing everything external. They do not need formulas. They feel patterns at the level of intuition. They know how to combine the incompatible, mathematics and poetry, precision and imagery, facts and sensations. Their mind cannot be classified, it is outside the system. And that is why they often give the world what no one else is capable of creating.